Well, hello guys, welcome back to the man cave for part 3 of this Westwood. What have we here, you ask? These are the magnets that's come off the flywheel here, go on the inside. These two are actually still stuck. Now, I don't know whether it's the right stuff to use, but I'm going to use 2-part epoxy. Now, I don't know whether this tub here is any good. I found it in the shed, been there since about, I don't know, 09, so no doubt it's dried out and no good. But we'll nip these ends off and just see if I can get any out of them. Oh, Christ. I either need a new blade and my Stanley knife, or this stuff's gone off in the thing. You snap it off, right on with you. Now, is this still serviceable? Has it dried out over the years? Oh, I think we can get something out of it. Oh, hang on, what's going on? We aren't getting a lot out of this left one, look. Let's see if we can snip him off. Here we go, we're getting some out now, here we go. We weren't quite opened up. So I'm going to squeeze all this on here. Give him a mix up. And I'm hoping that's going to be strong enough to hold our magnets on. So I need a little bit of stick here just to give this stuff a mix up. There we go, we've got a mix up here, look at that. While I'm doing this, I meant to tell you, now I read about on the 12th of April, when we was coming out of this lockdown business, I read that we can go to Primark or get a haircut, do whatever we like, within a little. So what did I do here? Well, I think that's going to hold that. 12th of April come round, I queued for 2 hours to get in Primark, only to realise they don't do haircuts. So that's a total waste of time. But never mind. Now if I had a more fancy channel here, I would have put a drum beat and a cymbal in there for that one. But I haven't. So let's get these magnets lined up in the centre. We've got these two as a reference, so I know how far apart they need to be. Plus we can look at the old marks. I haven't shined it up in there because I want to be able to see where they come from. But I think this epoxy should hold it. Just a slur on each of them. Oops, yellow side up, Mr. Fenn, there we go. But the good thing is, I think that one needs to come that way, that one needs to come here. I think we're about high enough. There we go. That magnet is starting to suck onto that one. Right, last one. Let's get a bit of our magic juice on here. See if this will hold it. I'm guessing it will. The magnets are trying to pull them one away from the other. See, it repels there. Well, obviously you've got north and south on these. But these original magnets aren't actually far away from the top. But there we go. I don't think these have to be exact. Because look, and this one is a couple of mil down. This one's nearly flush, and these are still stuck from factory. So maybe it's not massively crucial. I think as long as they're got the right spacing in between them. See, that one's come up. Yep. Right, I think these will probably hold. So we'll take that excess off there. So what else are we going to do on this thing today? Well, you saw yesterday how I cleaned the carbs out. Carb. Because I'm tight, I made 2 gaskets as well, 2 inlet gaskets. So, yeah. So now we've done this little job, I shan't put this flywheel back on yet. I'll let this go hard first. And I'll move the camera so you can see the engine and we'll see how we're getting on. I'll be back in a minute. Welcome to the man cave, and what are we doing today? Messing around with this old Kohler engine. The, what is that, an MV18. So let's have a look at this. She's a Kohler Magnum 18 horse twin cylinder. You've seen it from my last 2 videos. I've done a bit off camera since you last saw it, which you wouldn't want to see me doing. I've put the carb back on. I've cleaned all the carb out, cleaned all the manifold out. I popped all the valves out and cleaned the seats and lapped them all in, both sides. I've stuck the magnets back on the flywheel, because if you remember, 4 of the magnets had came off. Well, 3, but when I checked there was another 1 loose. So I've stuck the magnets back on, and been a few days because I've been waiting for new head gaskets. Everything else had turned up. So we've had the valves done, the head gaskets are here. So we can now bang these heads back on and, well, see if she can get her to fire up this time. I've cleaned the heads as well, as you can see. I've had a hillbilly machine shop. Yes, I've had a very hillbilly valve job, but valves are good. Right, there we go. So, before we put these head gaskets on, I'm going to plop that flywheel back on. You know, everything about this engine is heavy. Where's the keyway without trapping my damn fingers, because this flywheel is very heavy. Hang on, can I get my fingers out? Ah, there we go. Flywheel back out. Oh. So we need to get this bolt back in. And I'm going to get my windy gun and rattle this up. Typical man cave style, I'm a bit disorganised again. Right. Here's the old windy gun. Where's the nut for the bolt for it? That's the kitty. So let's get him on here. Where's the airline bar? There you go. That's that rattled up. So now what do we do? We want to be getting this head gasket on. So, final check, wipe out this cylinder with a clean microfiber cloth I got. And because I wiped it dry, we're going to just put a bit of oil in there. I know she'll smoke a bit if she starts, but I'd rather that piston go up and down on a nice oil cylinder instead of a dry one. I'll just give her that little burst of lubrication. You got to remember, this thing hadn't really took, until the other day, this hadn't even been ran for, what was it now, 23 years? 1998. So we've got to give her a half a chance. Poor old girl. Alright, here's our new gasket. Now remember, these non-asbestos composite gaskets, they do not like oil around the mating surface, so make sure that the mating surfaces are good. I've also cleaned the heads up and done a hillbilly machine shop on them you know, the old bit of sandpaper on a flat surface, and give her a little rub till she's clean. Decarbonised all in there. So we're going to start with a couple of bolts. We'll put 2 at the top. That's this way, isn't it? We want 1 there. Excuse my head. 1 through there. Right, let's get him on. There's 1. Right. I'm sure you don't want to see me put all these bolts back in, so we'll wind through that bit. Right, that's got the head bolts back in, heads back on both sides. So let's give that a little torque down in your cross pattern, because that's how you're meant to do these. So I ain't got a torque wrench, but we want 26 foot-pound. But at the minute we're just on a gradual lockdown. Alright, let's go for it. Click, click, that's done. Torqued, torqued, torqued. So you can pretty accurately feel how tight that got to be. That one's still a bit loose. There you go. Alright, same with the other side. Next job I'm going to do is whip that plug out the other side. And I'm now going to set a fuel system up. Because we need to prime that fuel pump. So I'm not going to bottle feed it as such. I'm actually going to run it off a tank or off a bottle, but not for shooting it straight in. I'll actually do it properly. Because I cleaned all that carb out, and we've got that carb spotlessly clean. Manifolds clean. To be honest with you, the carb was very good actually, as you saw in the last video. That carb's very, very good. Right, she's torqued. So we're going to bang this plug out here, because there ain't no plug in the other side. I left the plug in the head for this side, so I didn't get the heads muddled up. The other side I left the plug out. So that's how we can tell that that's this socket, I think. Yeah, that's how we can tell that I put the right head on the right side. That's going to be easier to spin that over without compression than what it is with a plug in. Right, there's our plug out. So we're going to get these wires out of the way of things, because we don't particularly want them snagging up in the flywheel, going off. These wires, tuck them out of the way. There. But I want them out of the way enough. As you can, don't know whether you can see from there, but I've actually got all the throttle working as well on the throttle cable, the throttle work, the choke work, all on the cable. So that's all really good. Right, let me get a fuel system sorted out and we'll give it a little prime up. Right, we got my bottle and I found a bit of pipe, a bit of the original pipe actually. I took it off, I can blow through it. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to put this end on the fuel pump, this end on this bottle, but I know them pumps aren't that keen on sucking, so what we're going to do, I don't know whether you can see that off camera, but I'll prop that bottle up. I'll prop this bottle up under the steering wheel. So we should have a nice gravity feed on that. So when I crank this, we're looking for petrol coming out of this pipe. Let's bring the camera around so you guys can see what's going on. Tell you what, let's get you a bit lower, fellas. You know, a guy really needs to practice his camera skills a bit more. But I don't like editing. I really don't like editing. So there we go. Let's zoom in a bit. That's out. There we go. So we're looking for a bit of petrol to come out of there. And that'll be the old fuel pump primed up. So we'll just get the old earth lead on the engine. Get the old positive lead. Nothing snagging up in the flywheel. Let's spin this baby over. Oh, we're going to get some petrol. Come on, baby. Right, we're getting a little bit. I don't think that fuel pump's working particularly well. She's not pumping very hard. So we might have to put a different fuel pump on that. Tell you what we might do. I'm not very trusting of that fuel pump. I'm going to bottle feed this engine directly off this fuel pipe. I don't trust that pump. I really don't. Can I get this pipe straight on this carb, or is that not going to go? Come on, baby. We're getting a bit of a kink in her now. So let's come round and see if we can sort this out. See if we can get this pipe. Will that turn down? Let's get a spanner. You'll see some pain now if that little knob ring off the carburetor. 12mm, is that going to be about right? It is indeed. Ah, look at that, it turned. Right, we've got that facing down now. We have it facing down. So we can get our bit of pipe. The tap is on. There you go. Oh, look at that. Now I'll hang this bottle somewhere up the top here. We just really want to get some petrol. Right, I think the carburetor's full because I've squeezed down a bit and can't seem to squeeze any more, so I'm assuming that carburetor's now full. So we can get the plugs back in, fellas. Yeah, we can get the old plugs back in. See if this fires. Now to help her along, we'll give her a little squirt of petrol in the plug hole. That is petrol in here, guys, not brake cleaner, so don't panic, that is only petrol. Oh, hello, Mr. Bumblebee, how are you doing? Right, another little squirt. There we go. and get this plug back in. Right, where's my plug spanner gone? It's on the ratchet somewhere. You guys can probably see it. You know, I'm such a fish brain, it's unbelievable. There we go. Get my backside around here. The lens come off. Put him on. And no, I aren't going to put the tin work back on yet. If she all runs alright, there you go. Then I'll reassemble the tin work. Also, I have totally degreased the engine block. I've blown out these coolant fins in the head, so you can see right through them. There's no cobwebs, leaves, debris, there's nothing in them coolant fins. So coolant fins are cleaned out, carbs all done, flywheel stuck back on, magnets should I say. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to oil that choke lever up. So I didn't oil that choke lever up. Ah, that's better. So we'll pull the old choke on. Give that starter bendix a little bit of oil, because there you go, that all helps. So hopefully this is going to run and not fly away with itself. I need to get these wires, you know, I'm going to tuck them bad boys down there, because I don't want them catching on the flywheel, because that'll cause more fires than ex-wives. So let's get them wires tucked out of the way. So we should be ready, fellas. Carb should be primed, choke on, throttle and governor is free, plugs connected. Right, let's go. Come on, girl. Maybe she wants a bit of throttle. Come on, baby. Maybe she don't want all that choke. Turn a bit of choke off. More choke. Give her more throttle. Close. Come on, bugger you. I can't run her for long because we ain't got the shields on. Look at her. She's blowing up some smoke. There we go. Let's see if she idles. Oh, wrong way. Nope. Idle speed was a bit low. Had all the screws out. But there you go. You've seen it going. Oh, Christ, I'm getting smoked out in here. She's a bit foggy. So yeah, considering she hadn't ran in 23 years, apart from that little fart we had out of it the other day, yeah, I'm really impressed. She sounds really nice. So yeah, next job, which we'll do in the next video, is probably change the oil. I'm waiting for an oil filter to turn up, that's why I ain't done it already, but we'll change on that oil, put some fresh dinosaurs in there and see how we get on. Ah, our little fuel bottle has nearly out of fuel. Look, she's used quite a bit of fuel, but I suppose she has been pumping a bit through, ain't she? So right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. So the next project is to get this on the John Deere, sorry. We're coming off of Westwood, going on that John Deere, what's outside there. If you remember, I showed you. So yeah, there we go. That's the Kohler running after 23 years. So wherever did that spider come from? There was a spider just crawled over the coil. There he goes. He just got a rude awakening. Where the hell was he? I've cleaned and blew out all this engine. He was obviously hiding up somewhere. Right, I'm off, guys. See you later. Bye-bye for now. Like and subscribe. Notification bell, please. And then you'll be on for the next one. Ta-da!